Alright, what's good to you two? We back at it again. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now for this segment, we want to talk about what's hot. And what's hot right now. We just finished talking about this motherfucker, Mr. Danny Garcia. Now, he came out after beating Robert Guerrero by unanimous decision. He has said that he does not want to honor his mandatory, right? He doesn't want to fight Amir Khan because he already beat that cat. And he's not interested in a rematch with Robert Guerrero because he just beat him. But the real story is the WBC making Amir Khan be mandatory prior to sanctioning this bout between Garcia and Guerrero. But now he doesn't want to honor his mandatory, but because he says, right, against his father's wishes, right, that he wants the elite at 147. What do you think about that, man?
Man, I think more bullshit, more and more bullshit.
Yeah.
After fighting Robert Guerrero, I absolutely expect him to fight a lesser opponent with a much, much, much lower ranking than Amir Khan. Even though Amir Khan is his mandatory, they'll negotiate some kind of way to where, you know, he gets to fight a tune-up or whatever the case may be. I don't think he's going to go from Guerrero straight to Khan. I just don't think he's going to do that. You know,
what you think you're gonna do? You think you're gonna get like a scrub in between there, or?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Absolutely. I don't think his dad doesn't want the fight. I don't think Angel Garcia wants to fight Amir Khan again.
I don't think so either.
Yep. So I think what they'll definitely do is they're gonna play the WBC like everybody else is playing the sanctioning bodies. You know, they're gonna try to get it justified. So like I said, fight a scrub. And then they'll come back to the table and then, have some long, drawn-out ass negotiation period. Yep. And, we won't get the Khan fight until probably 2017 or 2018 or some bullshit like that. It's just whack, man. It's just whack. I don't think that Danny wants to fight the upper echelons of the division. I honestly don't think he wants to. I like Danny Garcia. At one point in time, I was very high on him. Right. And the thing about it is, I'll actually pick him to beat Khan a second time.
Go ahead.
We had that, discussion in the gym, man. Yeah. I will pick him to beat Khan, but does he want to fight Khan? Legitimately? No, I don't think he does. I just don't think he wants to get back in the ring with Amir Khan. And it's not so, and you know what? It's not so much Danny. I really think it's Angel.
Man, let me just, I gotta say it, man, because it's been itching. I seen an interview, man. I seen an interview a couple months ago remember when they were in negotiations, right? Yep. They were kind of Amir Khan was in negotiations with Manny Pacquiao in Top Rank, right? Yep. But then his plan B was Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia was in the media at that time. He was in the media saying, yeah, I'll fight Amir Khan. I'll take the rematch. I seen an interview with Angel Garcia where he is steadfast saying, hell no. We are not giving this motherfucker a rematch. There's no reason. We already beat him. So to your point, it's already documented out there on YouTube somewhere that the motherfucker already denied wanting to rematch Amir Khan. Go ahead, B.
Yep. That just furthers my point. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I honestly believe that, man. It's Angel. You know, Angel is going to do whatever he can do to justify fighting. Like he said in an interview a couple weeks ago, why fight I think he said Porter or Thurman when you can fight a Salka, and still get paid millions. So saying something like that, I already know, and I'm already expecting for them not to fight the bad boys of the division. One more point I seen, and man, I wish I remembered the cat name because I want to give him a shout out for posting this. He posted a meme, and it had a picture of Danny Garcia, and it said the 147 pound division be like, and it had a bunch of wolves around Danny Garcia.
Hell yeah.
He's food, man. Everybody knows that. He's food. The only thing Danny can do is Danny can hit very hard. He's a good puncher. I'll give him that. And he does have some decent boxing ability. But he has cement feet. If you let him plant, that's when he's dangerous. That's the only time Danny's dangerous is when he plants. But other than that, man, he he's not impressing me. Nothing about Danny is impressing me.
I think he has the IQ to beat the guys that he's been beating.
Yes.
You know, his most impressive win to date was against Lucas Matisse. And even in that fight, Matisse was doing well when he was jabbing, just like Guerrero was doing exceptional when he was jabbing. But when he started stalking, that's when he was getting caught with hooks, and actually got dropped by a hook. So that's his most impressive fight to date. But Danny Garcia's IQ level is something that's very underrated. I think he does everything average, right? He does not do not one thing exceptionally well. Everything is average with him, but his IQ is what pushes him above the guys that he's been fighting.
Yeah.
Right, with the exception of Lamont Peterson and Mauricio Herrera and Robert Guerrero, right? Because that was a very close fight. But I don't think his IQ level will be good enough to beat the elite at 147.
No, I don't think so either, man. I agree with you. My bad. And to my final point, what speaks to Danny's IQ? I mentioned it in our earlier video. Is the fact that he fights so slow. He fights very, very slow, and I don't mean slow punches. I mean more slow in terms of measured. He's a very, very measured starter.
Yeah.
And what he does is, because he has such a good chin, he's actually able to process what's going on in his head. He's able to take some shots, and that allows him to be more. That allows him to be a slow starter.
Right.
You know. So around the 4th, 5th round, he starts landing these punches that, you know, he's already got timed in his head. Yeah. He's already seen what you're doing. So you're absolutely right. He does have a good IQ. Like you said, he doesn't do anything exceptionally well. He's not a great fighter.
Right.
One of the commentators actually made a comment that I definitely agree with. And that is, Danny does nothing great. He just does everything good.
Right.
You know, and that's who Danny Garcia is. But to the question, nah, man, I don't see him and Amir Khan fighting anytime soon. I would love to see that rematch. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I really want to see it, but at the same time, I do hope he stays true to his word. He's saying that he doesn't want to give the rematch because he wants the elite in the division. And no matter how much we feel that he can't beat the elite possibly, it's still good for boxing that a guy that is Danny Garcia's caliber, as far as a man that has unified one division and moved up to a next, he needs to be looking at the elite in the current division that he's in. So if he gives me a fight with Keith Thurman instead of Amir Khan, I'm with that.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, next. Speaking of Keith Thurman, we got Mr. Keith Thurman and Sean Porter on March 12th, right? And we just talked about this. Kind of already touched it. He's saying he wants Danny Garcia right after he beats Sean Porter. Now, once again, if Danny Garcia can give us that fight, I'll take that over Amir Khan any day. But is this the right type of fight that Keith Thurman should be looking for after the Porter fight? And is he looking too far past Sean Porter?
Man, that's a great question. I'm gonna say yeah. The one thing that I'm starting to notice, everybody wants to be, and I don't mean to bring this guy's name up in the conversation, but everybody wants to be like Floyd Mayweather, and everybody wants to make Floyd Mayweather money.
Right.
Well, everybody needs to go back and look at Floyd Mayweather's resume, okay? Floyd did not fight a top fighter and then fight a scrub. He didn't do that. Floyd fought a De La Hoya, and then he fought a Ricky Hatton. And then he fought, I don't know who came after that. I guess like a Shane Mosley or some shit like that.
After Ricky Hatton was Juan Manuel Marquez because he retired.
There we go.
Yeah.
Marquez. You know? So, I mean, come on, man. That's what we need. Consistency. Yeah. That's what it's about. If you want to build your name, build your brand, further your abilities and your capabilities inside the ring and your intelligence, you have to fight the upper echelons of the division. Absolutely. If you want to make multi-millions and you want to be a superstar, you have to fight all the guys at the top.
Yep.
Okay? You don't fight a guy, and because this is a pattern that I'm seeing. I'm seeing guys fight a tough guy and then fight a scrub.
Yep.
Fight a decent guy and then fight a scrub or a tough guy. Nah, man. That's not what boxing is about. Boxing is a steady climb to the top. You know, and there are no leaps, there are no bounds. You're gonna climb that fucking ladder rung by rung by rung, and you gotta fight the top guys. If the fights can be made, you need to go head on and fight these guys, man. And I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm tired of Danny Garcia, you know, fighting these fucking cherry-picked ass opponents. You know, I'm tired of these multiple rematches against guys, you know, when guys don't need to rematch.
Yeah.
They rematch each other anyway. I'm tired of guys like Kell Brook holding the fucking belt hostage and fighting nothing but scrubs after he wins. This is not what boxing is about, man. You know, boxing is the best fighting the best. Yep. And right now, the 147-pound division is fucking stacked. Yep. All it takes is for one guy to step outside of the norm and say, you know what, I'm gonna do it this way. And Keith Thurman, man, I give him all the credit in the world, man. If that's what he wants to do, if he fights Sean Porter and he beats him, and he just adamantly and vehemently goes at Danny Garcia for that 147-pound strap, oh man, more props to him, man. I take my hat off to him. And furthermore, I wish him nothing but the best as he's fighting these guys. Because you know, as you ascend and as your name gets out there, the competition only gets stiffer, and that's the way that it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. I 100% agree. The only thing that I would worry about Thurman is looking past Sean Porter. I still have. I got Thurman winning that fight, but Sean Porter, you know, that motherfucker could be a wild card, man. He could be that motherfucker that comes out of nowhere. I mean, just ask Devin Alexander. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
I would tell him not to look past Sean Porter, but yes, he's doing exactly what we're asking from boxing, from the fighters and from the sport to fight the elite. He's saying that he wants to do that, and I hope that he stays true to his word, B. Real talk.
Absolutely. Let me make one last point. My bad.
You alright?
I'm loving the fact that Keith Thurman has said, you know, he's basically said, a O doesn't make me. I'm not afraid to lose my O.
Right.
And so far, he's staying true to that, man. So, man, just like you said, I don't want him to look past Sean Porter. I want him to go in there and beat Porter. And, you know, so we can see what happens afterwards, man. So, hey, best of luck to him, man.
Word. Alright. Next. Speaking of Floyd, Money Mayweather. Yo, this motherfucker came out. He came out in response to basically watching Canelo's movements, watching how he's been the guy to see in boxing and possibly the next guy to be the face of boxing, along with Triple G and Deontay Wilder, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, he had a few choice words for Canelo. You know, basically, he felt that Canelo is being a little fucking uppity. You know what I'm saying? My man is walking around like he lives, you know, them cats that live in them rich-ass neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And then cats like me and you, we go by there like, hey, what's up? They like, don't want to talk to nobody and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but that's how Mayweather feels about Canelo. He basically said if Canelo gets out of line, I'm about to come out retirement and beat that ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to son you, dog. And then my man just threw some bars at Oscar De La Hoya. Was like, my man was like, hey, yo, I don't fuck with niggas that dress like bitches and hoes and then sit back and sniff that white dust up their nose. You know what I'm saying? Had to throw some bars at him, B. You know what I'm saying?
Put a beat behind it.
Real talk, B. Like, what you think about Floyd, man? Because right behind all that, he did say he doesn't have the urge to want to fight again. So what is this? What is all this shit?
Man, I love it, man. I love it. Floyd is doing what he normally does, and that's playing the media. You know, he plays the media, man. I mean, no matter what they say about Floyd and no matter what they write about him, Floyd plays his own tune. Word. You know, he's got his own guitar, his own set of drums, man, and he beats to his own drum and his own tune. I mean, I love it. I love it because, for one, he spanked the shit out of Canelo when they fought. yeah. All that. I mean, so it's even worse when the guy says something like that and he beat you pretty good. And then he beat De La Hoya too. Man, Floyd is that dude. I mean, no matter what people say about him, Floyd has earned the right to talk the way that he talks. No matter how reckless he talks about anybody, you gotta understand, this dude put the hard work in. He put the hard work in, and he beat these cats. Yeah. He beat them, regardless of how he did it. Regardless if you thought it was boring, if you thought he actually lost the fight, whatever it was. Yep. Floyd beat these cats, man, and everything he says is factual. If he comes back, Floyd automatically will take Canelo's September and May dates. The only reason Canelo is probably going to get those dates is because Floyd is gone. So if Floyd does come back, he'll take those Mexican dates or Hispanic dates, however you want to word it, because at the end of the day, his selling power is always going to be stronger than Canelo's. A layoff would elevate Floyd tenfold. Whereas a layoff for Canelo would probably cause people to kind of slow down his self-esteem. I mean,
I see where you're going.
Yeah, my bad. It would slow that train down. Mm-hmm. For Floyd, that motherfucker's gonna always be running at 100 miles an hour. Whether he's gone for a year, whether he's gone for 2 years, it doesn't matter, man. He's gonna always be a freight train in the sport of boxing. Whether like I said, he can come back and guess what? He'll do probably, regardless of who he fights, he'll do probably $1 million buys. So it's just the way it is, man.
I mean, motherfucker can come back and fight motherfucking George Lopez.
Yeah.
It's gonna be $1 million pay. If it ain't $1 million pay-per-view, it'll probably be what he did against Berto, $400K. Yeah. If it ain't $1 million, you know what I'm saying? To Floyd, it's like, whatever. That's some whack ass shit. But to motherfuckers like GGG, they wish they could get $400K, B. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. The only thing I got to say about this is, Floyd, let my man live, B. This, you know what this shit remind me of? This shit remind me of, like, a second grader, right? He's the man in second grade, B. Like, you can't fuck with that nigga in second grade. And then a fifth grader's over there watching this nigga like this. And he roll up on him like, hey, little bitch. Leave that nigga, let him live, B. You know what I'm saying? You up here, Canelo right here. Let that man, you can't even see where Floyd at, he up here. Let that man live, dog. Let him get his little, you know what I'm saying, his little recognition. Everybody understands that he's ducking the shit out of Triple G right now, so he's getting a whole lot of flack for that. Everyone knows that the WBC and Mauricio Suleiman has got him in protective custody, so he's getting a lot of flack for that. Let that man live, B. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, just maybe, if he beats Triple G, and he's out there saying I'm the best ever. What's his little moniker? Is it just, huh?
Is it I was born ready?
No. He's got it on like his hats and shit, like the best or I can't remember.
Yeah.
If he turns that shit into TBE,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then come holler at the man. But for now, let that nigga live. Be damn. He, you know what I'm saying? He's little Willie, you big Willie. Let him live, B.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, Floyd said you can make money on that block over there.
Exactly.
And if you come, but the minute you come to my block, it's a problem.
Exactly.
So.
I guess that's what it is then. Shit. Damn. Can't get no money, dog. Can't get a dinner plate. Alright, YouTube, we done fucking around. We're gonna go ahead and conclude this segment. Do what you do in the comment section. Will be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.